My name? Oh, that doesn't matter. I was just a boy who woke up early that day not knowing something amazing was about to happen. My mother placed 5 barley loaves and 2 fish in my basket, simple but made with love. I heard Jesus was nearby, and everyone was running to see him. When I saw Jesus, my heart beat faster. He seemed to bring peace just by being there. But after many hours, everyone was hungry. I heard the disciples ask, "Where can we buy bread for all these people?" Suddenly, one of them looked at me and asked, "What do you have in your basket?" I thought, "It's so little, will it even help?" But I gave it anyways, and Jesus smiled. Jesus took my small basket and raised his eyes to heaven. He prayed, thanking God for the food. And then, something I'll never forget began to happen. The disciples carried basket after basket, and the bread never ran out. Everyone ate and smiled. I couldn't believe my little lunch and had fed so many. They gathered the leftover, 12 baskets full. Jesus looked at me, and his eyes said more than words could. I learned that day that God can use even the smallest gift. The whole crowd gave thanks to God for the miracle. The sun began to set, but my heart was brighter than ever. As the crowd slowly left the hillside, I stayed a little longer, watching the place where Jesus had stood. The wind was gentle, carrying the smell of bread and the sound of happy voices. I turned back one last time and saw Jesus walking with his friends. He looked so peaceful, as if he already knew the next story he would write. My basket was empty, but my heart was overflowing. I kept thinking, what if I had kept my food to myself? So many would have gone home hungry. When I reached the village, I could already smell the fires cooking for the evening. My mother was waiting for me at the door, her eyes filled with curiosity. I told her every detail, the crowd, the hunger, the smile of Jesus, and how the bread just kept coming. She hugged me tight and whispered, "God can use even the smallest gift, my son." That night I prayed, thanking God for bread, for fish, and for Jesus. When morning came, the world felt brighter, as if my heart could see more colors than before. I told my friends what happened, and their eyes grew wide with wonder. We played in the fields, laughing, but I knew I had seen something they hadn't, a miracle. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw his smile. I carried his lesson in my heart: if I give, God will multiply. I passed by the lake where fishermen were working and thought of those 2 little fish. I could almost smell the fresh bread again, just like that day. The story spread through the village, and people praised God. I knew this was just the beginning of what Jesus could do. I promised myself I would never be afraid to give again. I didn't know where Jesus would go next, but I knew I wanted to follow. And if you have something small, don't be afraid to give it to God. He can make it more than you can imagine. Because in God's hands, the smallest gift becomes the biggest blessing.